Good morning, children. Today we will continue with lesson number 18 in 9th science textbook. Lesson number 18, organization of tissues. Already we have started this lesson and we have completed plant tissues in one video and animal tissues in one video. This is the continuation of that lesson. So this is the last topic, last portion of this lesson, organization of tissues. So now we are going to see about cell division. This is the last topic in that lesson, cell division. What is the cell? So first you should know, always you have to remember the definition of cell. What is a cell? Cell is a structural and functional unit of all living organisms that exist in the earth. All the living organisms are made up of cell. Unicellular organisms like bacteria, it is made up of one cell, whereas multicellular organisms, it is made up of many cells. Now we shall see what is cell division. What is cell division? How a single organism grows into a individual organism, into a larger organism. How it develops, how it grows. It is because of this process called cell division. What is cell division? Cell division is a biological process in which a single organism divides repeatedly and it develops into a large organism. A single organism, a single celled organism develops into a large organism because of this biological process called cell division. So today we shall see in detail about the different types of cell division. There are three types of cell division. The first one is amitosis cell division. Second one is mitosis cell division, and third one is meiosis cell division. What is cell division? Cell division is a process in which a single celled organism develops into a larger organism. It grows and develops into a larger organism because of this process called cell division. And in this cell division, there are three types of cell division. The first one is amitosis cell division, second one is mitosis cell division, and the third one is meiosis cell division. So now first you will see this amitosis cell division. So here this type of cell division, what is this type of division? Here I have drawn the diagram. This is related to amitosis cell division. Let me write here amitosis cell division. So amitosis cell division, here where is this cell division takes place? This cell division takes place in unicellular organisms like bacteria, smaller organisms like algae. Here this amitosis cell division takes place. Actually, what is this cell division? Here it is also called as direct cell division. Amitosis cell division can also be called as direct cell division. Amitosis or direct cell division. In this amitosis cell division, so you can see the structure of a cell. So you know that inside the cell you have the nucleus, and whereas this nucleus is a controlling center of the cell which repeatedly divides, because here the genetic material is present only in the nucleus. So here in the cell, here you can find the nucleus. So this nucleus in amitosis cell division, example in unicellular organisms like bacteria, it takes place. Here first the nucleus will elongate. So the nucleus will elongate, and here a small constriction will be developed. Here a small constriction develops in the cell. First the nucleus will elongate and a constriction develops in the cell. Later on the nucleus still widens, then followed by the division of nucleus, there will be the division of cytoplasm. cytoplasm will divide and two daughter cells are formed. So amitotic cell division can also be called as direct cell division, amitotic cell division or direct cell division, and this type of cell division takes place in bacteria. Here the nucleus first it will elongate. Always you should remember, in a cell division first the nucleus will divide, followed by the division of nucleus the cytoplasm will divide. Here the nucleus will elongate and a small constriction will be developed, and then still the nucleus still elongates and this constriction will start developing, and later on two daughter cells are formed. Here you can see two nucleus and two daughter cells will be formed. So this type of cell division is called as amitotic cell division, and it is also called as direct cell division found in unicellular organisms like bacteria. Now we shall see the second type of cell division called mitotic cell division or mitosis cell division. So mitotic cell division or mitosis cell division, so it can also be called as indirect type of cell division or multiplication division. Mitosis division can also be called as indirect cell division or multiplication cell division, and here the same number of chromosomes, same number of genes, same amount of DNA will be carried from the parent cell to the daughter cell. So before that, first you learn the position of nucleus, position of chromosomes, genes, DNA in a cell. So you have an animal cell. So suppose if this is a animal cell, here you have the nucleus, and this nucleus is made up of the genetic material, highly coiled structure, the genetic material. This genetic material is nothing but the chromosome, and in this the chromosomes are the genes found, and the genes are made up of the chemical substances called as DNA. So first we learn the position of genes, chromosome, DNA in a cell. So first you have a cell. Inside the cell you have nucleus, and inside the nucleus you have nucleolus and highly coiled structure called chromatin reticulum, and this is highly coiled chromatin reticulum. Later on this chromatin reticulum will, if you segregate, it forms chromosome. This is the structure of chromosome. Chromosome, here you have the genes, and these genes are made up of the chemical substances called DNA. So learn the position. Only if you know the position of chromosome, genes and DNA in a cell, it is better to, it will be useful in learning this mitotic cell division and meiosis cell division. So inside a cell you have the nucleus, inside the nucleus you have the coiled structure chromatin reticulum. If it is segregated, it forms the chromosome structure, and then you have the chromosomes are made up of genes, the genes are made up of the chemical substances called DNA. So now you will learn this mitotic cell division. In mitosis cell division, it can also be called as indirect type of cell division or multiplication cell division. Why is it so called? Because one organism one single cell develops into a multicellular organism. It is because of this type of cell division called mitotic cell division. Here, this in mitotic cell division, the same amount of chromosomes, same amount of gene, same amount of DNA will be carried from the parent cell to daughter cells. That is why this can also be called as equational division. So first mitosis, it was discovered by Fleming in 1879, and this mitotic cell division It is also called as equational cell division. Why is it so called as equational cell division? Because the same number of chromosomes, same number of genes and same amount of DNA is carried from the parent cell to daughter cell. That is why this division is also called as equational division. So first we will see what are the different stages in mitotic cell division. Here the mitosis is also called as multiplication division, or it can also be called as indirect division. So here is a chart of mitosis in plants. So first we will see what are the different stages in a cell. So first in mitosis, when a cell is getting ready to divide, when a cell is getting ready to divide, we call this stage as interphase stage. So when will a cell starts dividing? At its maturity. So first a cell develops, it grows, and at its maturity it is ready to divide. So when a cell is ready to divide, that stage we call it as interphase stage. What stage is called as interphase stage? So here this is the chart. So you can see so you know that animal cells, they don't have cell wall. This is a chart of plants. So plant cell, they have a cell wall. Inside you have the nucleus, nuclear membrane, nucleolus, chromatin, reticulum. Here already I told you, chromatin, reticulum, it is highly coiled structure. So individual thread-like structures we call it as chromosomes. So this stage is called as interphase stage, and in this interphase stage the cell is getting ready to divide. And here in mitosis there are 4 stages. The first one is prophase, second one is metaphase, third one is anaphase, and the last one is the telophase stage. So totally 4 stages. First one is prophase, second one metaphase, third one anaphase, and fourth one is telophase stage. So first we will see prophase stage. In prophase stage, there is early prophase stage and late prophase stage. In early prophase stage, here you can see the nuclear membrane and nucleolus. See, you can see this nuclear membrane and nucleolus. This both nuclear and nuclear membrane and nucleolus will disappear. They will disappear. Highly coiled structure, chromatin reticulum, will form chromosome. So here you can see the structure of chromosome. So this point here, this is the individual chromosome. These are called as chromatids. So here we have the chromatids. So first we will learn the structure of chromosome. So chromosome structure, individual structure is like this. Here this chromosome, at the center you have the centromere. Center we have the centromere. These arms are called as chromatids. We call it as chromatids. Here, if these two are called as sister chromatids. We call it as sister chromatids. This is the structure of the chromosome. Here, you can see here the centromere, chromatids are there. In this early prophase stage, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus will disappear, and in the late prophase stage, what happens? This centromere, it is made up of centrioles, and these centrioles will move towards the poles. Here this is centromere. They are made up of centrioles, and these centrioles, they will move towards the centrioles, they will move towards the poles. Poles means that both the ends, they will move towards the poles, and they will have, the location is like this, and they will have astral rays, they will have aster rays. So this is centrioles are tube-like structures, and they will move towards the poles in a cell. They will move towards the poles. Here this is in a chromosome. At the center we have centromere, and the centromere it is made up of centrioles, nothing but microtubules. These are called as microtubules. They are called as microtubules, and these will move towards the poles, and this is called as aster, like a star shaped. Aster rays, star shaped. Here you have the centriole. Here you have the centriole. So this is the changes that takes place in the prophase stage. In prophase stage, this nuclear membrane and nucleolus will disappear in the early prophase stage, and in the late prophase stage, here we have the centromere in the chromosome. It is made up of the centriole which has microtubules, tube-like structure. They will move towards the poles. They will move towards the poles, and aster rays is a star shaped which is found near the poles. So spindle fibers, it is also made up of tube-like structure. Spindle fibers, it is made up of tube-like microtubule structure which will also move towards the poles. So these changes will take place in prophase stage. In mitosis, there are 4 stages. First one, the cell is getting ready to divide. It is called as interphase stage. The second, first main division is prophase. In this stage, there are early prophase stage and late prophase stage. In early prophase stage, this nuclear membrane and nucleolus will disappear. They will disappear, and this chromatin reticulum will form chromosome. And here in the late prophase stage, here from the centromere, centrioles will move towards the pole, and here in the centrioles is surrounded by aster rays, and spindle fibers will be present which is moved towards the poles. Spindle fibers are made up of microtubules. These are the changes that takes place in late prophase stage. The next one is metaphase stage. In the metaphase stage, here all these chromosomes will be arranged in the equatorial plane. It will be arranged in the middle, so it is called as metaphase stage. All the chromosomes will be arranged in the middle of the cell, so it is called as metaphase stage. So you can see the equator, and here you can see the spindle fibers. So here you can see the spindle fibers. Already I told you, spindle fibers will be found in the poles. It is made up of microtubules, tube-like structure, microtubules. The next one is anaphase stage. In anaphase stage, here all these chromosomes will be pulled towards the pole. All the chromatids will be pulled towards the pole with the help of spindle fibers. These spindle fibers will pull the chromosomes which is arranged in the center, in the middle. It is pulled towards the poles. So that stage is called as anaphase stage. It is pulled towards the poles. The next stage is called as the telophase stage. In telophase stage, whatever disappeared will reappear in this telophase stage. In this telophase stage, what will happen? There will be reappearance of nuclear membrane, nucleolus, and after this there will be a division of cytoplasm. So in telophase stage, 2 daughter cells will be developed. Actually, in a cell division, first the nucleus will divide, so we call it as karyokinesis, and then followed by the division of nucleus, cytoplasm will divide, so we call it as cytokinesis. So karyo means nucleus, kinesis means division, cyto is cytoplasm, kinesis is division. So first division of nucleus will take place, and then division of cytoplasm will take place. This is common in all the 3 types of cell division. In amitotic cell division, in mitotic as well as in meiotic cell division. So so far the nucleus divided, and then followed by the division of nucleus, there will be cell plate formed. That is, a new cell will divide into 2 daughter cells in telophase stage. Now, why is this mitosis so important? Is it so important? It is very, very important type of cell division. Here, a single organism develops into a multicellular, into an entire larger organism. It is because of mitotic cell division. One gets divided into two, two becomes four. So like this, the division takes place. It is a multiplication division, and that is why this mitosis division can also be called as multiplication division. And here, the one more significance of this mitotic cell division, if there is any, this cell division will take place throughout the lifetime. It takes place mainly during the growth, as well as it takes place throughout the lifetime, mitotic cell division. And this type of cell division, it takes place only in the body cells. That is, the somatic cells means body cells. In each cell, so here it will take place in somatic cells called as the body cells. Mitotic cell division will take place only in the body cell. In each cell, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes, out of which 22 pairs are called as the body chromosomes. So here, this somatic cell division takes place in the body cell, and this will take place throughout the lifetime. If there is any wound or injury in the hand, or any portion is worn out, and after which a cell develops, what type of cell division? It is nothing but this mitotic cell division. Mitotic cell division will take place throughout the lifetime, and here diploid number of chromosome will be maintained. So we have to understand what is diploid number of chromosome, what is haploid number of chromosome. Here diploid number of chromosome means 2n, so it's complete 2 set of chromosomes will be there. Always completely 2 set of chromosomes will be there. That is, diploid number of chromosomes is always maintained. It is one of the significance in mitotic cell division. Here, to diploid number of chromosomes, it is in each cell we have parent, one chromosome received from mother, one chromosome received from father. We call it as maternal chromosome and paternal chromosome. That is why it is called as diploid number of chromosomes. It is always maintained. It is responsible, it is mainly responsible for our growth. So we develop from a single cell into a larger organism. It is because of this mitotic cell division, and this mitotic cell division takes place throughout our lifetime. It is taking place both in plants as well as in animals. It takes place throughout our lifetime. If there is any wound or any injury, the worn out tissues, again it starts developing into new cells. What type of cell division? It is nothing but this mitotic cell division. So far we have completed 2 cell division, amitosis cell division and mitosis cell division. So now we shall see this meiosis cell division. So meiosis cell division is also called as reduction division. What is this meiosis called? Why is this called as reduction division? Because here it takes place in the gametes. Here there are 3 types of cell division. Already we have completed amitosis cell division. Second one is mitosis cell division. Now the third one, what we are going to learn is meiosis cell division. Here, this meiosis cell division, it is also called as reduction division. Meiosis, this amitosis is also called as direct cell division. Mitosis is called as indirect cell division, and meiosis is also called as reduction cell division. Meiosis is also called as reduction cell division. Here, the third type of cell division is meiosis. It is called as reduction cell division. Why is it so called as a reduction cell division? Here, actually this type of cell division, it takes place only during the reproductive stage. Only during the reproduction time, this type of cell division will take place, and this type of cell division, it takes place in the gametes, that is in the testes and ovaries, this type of cell division. So gametes, what are gametes? Special cells involved in reproduction, we call it as gametes. So in the male it is testes, in the female it is ovaries. So here this meiosis cell division is also called as reduction division, and this division takes place only during the reproduction time, that is in the gametes. In the male it is in the testes, and in the female it is in the ovaries. It takes place in the this division is taking place. Why is it so called reduction division? Here diploid number of chromosomes, diploid means two set of chromosomes, it is represented as 2n. Diploid number of chromosome is reduced to half the number of chromosome, it is called as haploid number of chromosome, that is n set. Diploid means two set of chromosome, it is reduced to half the number, haploid number of chromosome, that is n. So here meiosis is also called as reduction division because two set of chromosomes is reduced to haploid number of chromosome. 2n of chromosome is reduced to haploid number of chromosome. Now in each cell, so in each cell we have received chromosome, one from father and one from mother. So we call it as maternal chromosome and paternal chromosome. We have received the chromosomes, one from mother and it is called as maternal, one from father, we call it as paternal chromosomes. Here this diploid number of chromosome is reduced to haploid number of chromosome. Now listen, during the time of reproduction, I told you meiosis will take place in the reproductive cells, that is gametes. Gametes are the cells which involve in the reproduction. So here during the, so for example, when a male gamete testis and a female gamete, they fuse together and they form a diploid zygote is formed. So this is a haploid stage and this is one haploid, both will fuse together and form diploid two set of chromosome. So organism, an individual, male and female, they in a cell they have 22 chromosomes are called as the body chromosomes or autosomes, and one pair of chromosomes we call as the sex chromosomes, and here they have received the one chromosome from father and one chromosome from mother. One is called as maternal chromosome received from mother, one chromosome received from father, we call it as paternal chromosome. And when they fuse, when a male and female, when they involve in reproduction, so the developing zygote after fertilization, it will be forming diploid, because here this one is mitotic cell division, whereas formation of gametes, this is meiotic division. This is meiotic division. So meiosis division will take place only during the time of reproduction, and it can be seen only in the gametes, that is in the testes and ovaries. Here diploid number of chromosomes, 2n number of chromosomes will be reduced to haploid, and only when it is reduced to haploid, when a male and female, when they involve in the reproduction, they will form a diploid zygote. They will form a diploid zygote. So now this meiotic division, it was first introduced by Farmer in the year 1905. Here it is involved, only the gametes are involved in this type of division, and here it takes place in two division. First one is called as heterotypic division or first division, or second one is homotypic division or second division. So heterotypic division, here hetero means different. Hetero means different. Here the daughter, from the parent cell, the daughter cell is reduced to, from diploid it is reduced to haploid. So it is called as heterotypic division or first meiotic division. Here what happens in heterotypic division, from the parent cell, only half the number of chromosomes is received to the daughter cell, so it is reduced. So it is called as heterotypic division or first meiotic division. So now you shall see here there are meiosis take place in two division. First we will see meiosis in first division and then we will see meiosis second division. So now here in this meiosis, First one, interphase stage. Already I told you in mitosis, interphase stage means the cell is getting ready to divide. Here the cell is getting ready to divide. Here we have the cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus, nuclear membrane, nucleolus, chromatin material. Here the prophase, four main stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase stage. Here in prophase stage, that is, there are 5 subdivisions. First one is leptotin, zygotin, pachotin, diplotin, diakinesis. So 4 main stages. Always there are 4 main stages. First one is prophase stage, second one is metaphase stage, third one is anaphase stage and fourth one is telophase stage. Here in the first main prophase stage, there are 5 subdivisions. The first subdivision is leptotin stage, second one is zygotin stage, third one is pachotin stage, fourth one diplotin stage and fifth one is diakinesis. So first we will see this leptotin stage. In this leptotin stage, the chromatin material, which is highly coiled, will form individual chromosomes. It will form lengthen, it will form chromosomes. Here we can see there are 2 colors, different colors of chromosome. One is in white color, another one is in pink color. The one is called as, these are called as homologous chromosome. Homologous chromosome is a pair of chromosomes in which one will be called as maternal chromosome received from mother and one chromosome received from father called as paternal chromosome. Homologous chromosome, the word of homologous chromosome is basically a pair in which one chromosome will be received from, one chromosome called as maternal received from mother, one chromosome called as paternal received from father. Here in this leptotin stage, all this chromatin reticulum will form thin strands and this is called as bouquet stage. Leptotin stage is also called as bouquet stage. So they form a thin strand, so they are also called as bouquet stage, leptotin stage. And here the next one is zygotin stage. In zygotin stage, the pairing of homologous chromosomes will take place, that is called as synapse. So here you can see here, in each set there is one maternal chromosome, one paternal chromosome. This is what called as homologous chromosome. Each cell in our body we have one chromosome received from mother, one chromosome received from father, that is called as maternal and paternal chromosome. So here we have this pairing of homologous chromosomes will take place, that is called as synapse. Now next one, the third stage is called as pachotin stage. Here the doubling of chromosome, here you can see 2 strands, these 2 strands now it becomes 4 strands. So here it is a tetrad stage of 4 strands. And here in this pachotin stage, this recombination will take place. So that is, here you can see in this pink color chromosome there is a small white portion. Here you can see again there is a crossing over will take place. Crossing over event will take place in this pachotin stage. See here, this is entirely white in color, but a small portion is pink in color. And similarly here, this entire chromosome, it is pink in color and a small portion is white in color. The crossing over, exchange of chromosomal segments takes place in this stage. Exchange of chromosomal segments takes place in this pachotin stage. And the next, in the diplotin stage, the place, this chiasmata or chiasma means the place actually where recombination takes place is called as chiasmata. It is called as chiasma. Crossing over means the exchange of chromosomal segments and chiasmata means the place at which the crossing over takes place is called as chiasmata. This actually takes place only in the spatulate stage. In the diplotin stage, it is completed, and at the last, in the diakinesis, in that stage fully it completes. That is called as fully. It is called as it is called as terminalization. So in prophase, there are 5 substages: leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin, diakinesis. Here this terminalization is at the end, it is completed. Here this stage is very important because exchange of chromosomal segments takes place. And the next one is metaphase stage. All the chromosomes here with the exchange of intersegments, all the chromosomes are arranged in the equatorial plane with the help of spindle fibers. In anaphase stage, it is pulled towards the poles using the spindle fibers. See here, in each chromosome, see here, this is fully white but a small portion is in pink. This is fully pink, a small portion is in white. So this is metaphase stage, all the chromosomes will be arranged in the equatorial plane. Anaphase stage, it is pulled towards the poles, and in the telophase stage, see here, 2 daughter cells are formed. First there will be division of nucleus, followed by the division of nucleus, there is division of cytoplasm, 2 daughter cells are formed. Okay, now we shall see the second stage, the meiosis second stage, it is called as homotypic stage. First one is heterotrypic or first division. Second one is homotypic or second division. And this division is exactly similar, exactly equal to mitotic cell division. Here meiosis, it is taking place only in the reproductive cells, it is in the gametes, and it will take place only during the time of reproduction, only time of reproduction. The diploid number of chromosomes will be reduced to haploid. Diploid means 2 set of chromosomes, haploid means 1 set of chromosomes. So now we will see the second type of division, homotypic division or second meiotic division. So here you have the chart. So now again the cell is getting ready to divide, it is called as interphase stage, and again there are 4 main stages: prophase stage, metaphase stage, anaphase stage and telophase stage. So here prophase, see here 2 daughter cells are formed, see here the chromosomal segments are interchanged. So this pink color chromosome, it has a small portion of white, and this white chromosome has a small portion of pink. All the exchange of chromosome segments take place. Here the nuclear membrane and nucleolus will disappear, and in metaphase stage all the chromosomes will be arranged in equatorial plane, and in the third phase, in the anaphase stage, all these chromosomes are pulled towards the poles using the spindle fibers. And in the telophase stage, after the division of nucleus, there will be division of cytoplasm. Thus, from 2 daughter cell, 4 daughter cells are developed. So this is a division seen in plants. So a prophase stage means nuclear membrane, nucleolus will disappear. Metaphase means all the chromosomes will be arranged in the equatorial plane, and in the anaphase stage means all the chromosomes will pull towards the poles, and the telophase stage means here again the division of nucleus will be followed by the division of cytoplasm. What is the importance or what is the significance of this meiosis cell division? Here it is because of the recombination of these chromosomal segments, all of us are different. Except identical twins, all of us are different. It is because of this recombination of chromosomal segments. Because of this recombination, it leads to variation. So variation leads to the origin of new organisms. Here meiosis takes place only during the reproductive stage. Here now first we will summarize, to summarize, there are 3 types of cell division: amitosis cell division, mitosis cell division and meiosis cell division. In A, mitosis division is also called as direct division, mitosis is also called as indirection division, meiosis is also called as reduction division. Just I will summarize the differences between mitotic cell division and meiotic cell division. Mitotic cell division always take place in the body cells, that is in the somatic cells, and meiotic cell division will always take place in the reproductive cell. Only this takes place throughout the lifetime. Mitosis will take place throughout the lifetime, whereas meiotic cell division will take place only at the reproduction time, and here this takes place throughout the lifetime, and here the diploid number of chromosomes is always maintained. Here in haploid, from diploid it is reduced to haploid. Diploid number means 2n of chromosomes, 2 set of chromosomes is reduced to haploid. Haploid means it is a half the number of chromosomes, and it takes place throughout the lifetime. Mitosis, meiosis only during the reproductive stage, during the gamete formation. In the gamete formation, this meiosis will take place. Here, this mitotic cell division, it is responsible for to repair the worn out tissues. If there is any injury, it is useful for repairing. Here, whereas this meiosis is responsible for the recombination of characters. Because of this recombination, because of the crossing over, there is development of new variety of organisms. So mitotic cell division is also very important in our life for our growth, and this meiotic cell division is also very important during the reproductive stage. Thank you.
Mitosis. In this module, you will learn about mitosis. Mitosis is a process of cell division that makes possible regeneration of body parts. To elaborate, mitosis is the separation of nuclear chromosomes into 2 identical daughter nuclei. It is divided into 4 key phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. An additional phase called cytokinesis occurs after the complete nuclear division. Before a dividing cell enters mitosis, it undergoes a period of growth and rest. This period is called interphase. In interphase, the genetic material of a cell increases. Prophase. During prophase, the chromatin condenses and becomes short and thick to form chromosomes. Each chromosome has 2 sister chromatids joined together at the centromere. The nucleolus disappears and the nuclear membrane starts to break down. The centrosomes, each with a pair of centrioles, move apart to the opposite poles, forming a spindle between them. Metaphase. During metaphase, microtubules of the spindle interact with chromosomes. This causes the chromosomes to move and align along the middle of the cell or the equatorial plate. Sister chromatids are held at the centromere, confirming the presence of protein structures called kinetochore at the surface. The kinetochore holds the chromosomes and attaches them to the spindle. Anaphase. During anaphase, the sister chromatids separate at the kinetochores, and the daughter chromosomes, along with the divided centromere, move towards the opposite poles as the microtubule shortens. The poles of the spindle also move apart and help to separate the chromosomes. As the chromosomes separate completely into 2 sets, one at each pole, anaphase is considered complete. Telophase. During telophase, the daughter chromosomes arrive at the pole and the chromatin starts to decoil. Also, the nuclei reform along with nucleoli. This triggers the reformation of the nuclear membrane. Cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is the partition of the cytoplasm. In animals, a cleavage furrow appears in the plasma membrane, which deepens and divides the cytoplasm into two daughter cells, each containing a nucleus. In plants, new cell wall formation is triggered at the center of the cell by the formation of a cell plate. The cell plate grows outwards till it meets the existing wall, resulting in two daughter cells. In this module, you have learned mitosis is the process of separation of nuclear chromosomes into two identical daughter nuclei. Mitosis involves four key phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. In prophase, the chromatin condenses and becomes short and thick to form the chromosomes. In metaphase, microtubules of the spindle interact with the chromosomes. In anaphase, the sister chromatids separate out at the centromere and move towards the opposite poles as the microtubule becomes shorter. In telophase, daughter chromosomes arrive at the pole and chromatin starts to decoil, followed by the reformation of nucleoli and nuclei.
Have you ever wondered why children do not look exactly like their parents, or why some siblings look so different from each other? The answer lies in the process of meiosis, which generates the gametes for reproduction. Meiosis is the process by which haploid cells are produced from a diploid cell. For this to occur, the chromosomes must be correctly sorted and distributed in a manner to create genetically unique cells with half the number of chromosomes as the original cell. Meiosis occurs in special cells called germ cells within the gonads of males and females. For the successful reduction in the number of chromosomes to occur in the new haploid daughter cells, 2 rounds of divisions are necessary. These divisions are termed meiosis I and meiosis II. Although the processes of mitosis and meiosis look similar, there are a few major differences. One obvious difference is that mitosis results in 2 diploid daughter cells, and meiosis results in 4 haploid cells. As in mitosis, meiosis begins after a cell has successfully completed the G1, S, and G2 stages of interphase. During the S phase of interphase, the DNA is replicated, producing 2 copies of each chromosome called sister chromatids. The paired centrioles in the cytoplasm duplicate and begin extending microtubules that will form the meiotic spindle. Sister chromatids remain attached at the centromere and condense as the cell enters prophase I of meiosis. Up to this point, the cell looks similar to mitosis, but 2 events occur in meiosis that do not occur in mitosis and lead to genetic diversity. The first event occurs during prophase I, when homologous pairs of sister chromatids lie side by side in a process called synapsis, forming a tetrad or bivalent. The homologous chromosomes share similar but not necessarily identical genes. Once this structure is formed, the second event, called crossing over, can occur. During crossing over, a physical exchange between chromosome segments of non-sister chromatids occurs, increasing genetic diversity. Prophase I concludes with the fragmentation of the nuclear envelope as the duplicated centriole pairs move to opposite poles of the cell. As they move, the centrioles extend spindle fibers forming the meiotic spindle. In prometaphase I, with the paired centrioles in place, the meiotic spindle is fully formed. The sister chromatids attach to the spindle fibers by their kinetochores. Here, another key difference between mitosis and meiosis occurs. Because of synapsis and crossing over in meiosis, homologous chromosomes remain aligned, so that a pair of sister chromatids is attached to only one pole by the kinetochore microtubules. In mitosis, each sister chromatid is attached to a spindle fiber. The fibers originate from opposite poles. During metaphase I, bivalents randomly align along the metaphase plate. Due to independent assortment, this alignment is random, and adds to genetic diversity. In anaphase 1, the homologous chromosomes separate and move toward opposite poles. Meiosis 1 ends with telophase 1, when the chromosomes decondense and the nuclear envelope reforms. Cytokinesis separates the cytoplasmic material, and the two daughter cells are separated by a cleavage furrow. Since the final product of meiosis 1 is two haploid cells, meiosis 2 begins without the chromosomes going through another round of DNA replication. Centrioles again duplicate and begin moving to opposite poles of each cell. In prophase 2, the sister chromatids condense while the spindle starts to form as the nuclear envelope disappears. In prometaphase 2, the sister chromatids attach to the spindle by kinetochore microtubules, with sister chromatids attached to opposite poles. The spindle aligns the sister chromatids along the metaphase plate during metaphase 2. During anaphase 2, sister chromatids separate and individual chromosomes move toward the poles. The entire process ends with telophase 2, as the chromosomes decondense and the nuclear envelope reforms. Cytokinesis occurs, and cleavage furrows separate the two daughter cells into 4 haploid daughter cells. The haploid daughter cells will specialize into gametes, either sperm or egg. These fuse in fertilization to form a zygote, which will grow into a child. The child receives half its chromosomes from its mother and half from its father. Because men and women produce millions of gametes, and the selection of gametes in fertilization is random, this contributes to genetic diversity. This explains why a child isn't identical to either parent. But why aren't siblings identical? The diversity comes from several sources. In prophase 1, non-sister chromatids can exchange DNA through crossing over, increasing the genetic diversity of individual chromatids. In addition to crossing over, in metaphase 1, the pairs of homologous chromosomes align independently along the metaphase plate and sort independently into the daughter cells. This process, called independent assortment, produces 4 genetically distinct haploid gametes. As the total number of chromosomes increases in an organism, the number of genetically distinct gametes increases by 2 to the nth power. This means an organism with n equals 3 can produce 8 unique gametes. For humans where n equals 23, there are 2 to the 23rd power unique gametes formed, or over 1 million different possible combinations. The combination of independent assortment, crossing over, and the random pairing of gametes during sexual reproduction increases genetic diversity and explains why a child will not look exactly like his or her parents or siblings.